God, I say that.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to WTCA-TV, coming to you today live from the 54th Annual Global Business Forum here in Bengaluru, India. And I'm so excited. This is our last interview of the day here on day one, and we have a pretty special group here. I'm joined by three board members of the WTCA, and I'm excited to have you each introduce yourselves. Do we want to start with you, Scott?
Sure, I'm Scott Sinner with World Trade Center Savannah in Savannah, Georgia.
I'm Luciano Menezes. I'm for World Trade Center Lisboa and also Curitiba from south of Brazil.
I'm Allison-Wright. I'm from World Trade Center Gibraltar.
Thank you guys for joining us. This is a great way to end the day. And I know, I was saying this is day one of the conference, but you've already had a pretty packed full few days here, both acclimatizing to India, but also, having some important meetings and whatnot. Let's just start with some first impressions.
Sure.
Impressions of India and the experience being here so far. Would you like to start?
Sure, happy to. So this is actually my third trip to India. Came 25 years ago, 10 years ago, and now. And the difference in this country is remarkable. It's always been an amazing place of wonder, but the standard of living and the technology, the airport is one of the finest airports I've ever seen. So that's the first thing you see when you get here, and everything follows through with that. This economy is roaring. It's a perfect place for this first global business forum to be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I had the same experience coming into that airport. So beautiful.
Crazy.
And I just want to point out that I also saw all of you, enjoying the opening ceremonies last night. I say you because I think there might have been some local dancing.
Well, one thing, the cuisine here is not like the Indian food that you get outside of India. It's very diverse and delicious and sumptuous. And the reason I was dancing so frantically last night, I got to work some of that off. I've been eating so much.
True. That's a good point. So when you think about the conference that is here, it's an annual conference, of course, this year being held in India. Why is it significant that it's in India?
Well, for the network, India is huge. So I think I could probably speak for all of us when I think, as board members, we're really proud that we're here. It's really important for our network, for our growth. Virtually all of our World Trade Centers, new World Trade Center licenses last year were from India. A couple more this year as well. And just when you look at what happened, the opening ceremony this morning, attended by the Deputy Chief Minister of the state, and it was really something. Genuinely, I feel really proud for Vineet and all of his team here. It's been fantastic watching it happen.
Yeah, I agree. I've had the opportunity to speak to so many people today, and everyone has expressed that same thing. It's been an amazing experience so far. How about you? What would you say? What's your biggest takeaway from this conference so far?
I think as everybody say we're here, the cultural aspect of India, it's really impressive how they host us, how they express themselves for us. So for me, it's the good takeaway is when you do international business, you have to understand the culture, and they express the culture really warm way of doing. So this is the component, and that everybody has to take away on this.
Yes. And I've been hearing from people as well today just about some of the sessions. So there was one this morning, I understand, around artificial intelligence, for example, and some of these trends that are impacting businesses on a global scale. Are there other things like that you see emerging in conversations this week so far?
Well, you mentioned the seminars this morning. The one on artificial intelligence was very interesting, very compelling. Actually, downloaded the Chat GPT on my phone right after the session, as I was instructed to do, and it didn't recognize me. I asked everybody around Chat GPT, like, who is Joyce Roche, and had a long printout of all her accomplishments, and then I asked, who is Scott Center, and said, we have no information on Scott Center.
That's too bad. Well, you can work on that. Educate the AI.
And I think one of the reasons that I came to India was the first is the cultural aspect that I said about the international business, and the second one is the program that WTC Bengaluru has, which is the REAP, the Real Estate Acceleration Program. So it's a mix of technology, prop techs, and constructechs and the real estate. So this is the real impressive. They put in place right here. It's I'm gonna check it out in place. So I'm gonna check it out over there to talk to those startup companies related to real estate. And this is we have to learn from them. So let me check it out. What's going on next?
Well, I
Yeah.
think as well, Bob. One of the things is what we're finding certainly in the West is that we're trying to work out ways in which we can reignite economic growth, and they're harnessing significant growth here. I mean, it's north of 7% growth annually, particularly in a time when the global economic climate is not necessarily as rosy as it has been. It's really it's something. It's quite
Yeah,
impressive.
and I've
And
heard that they've
add that
maintained that
economic
growth level for quite a long
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
been years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
add that economic growth is just basically Indians selling to Indians,
Yeah.
and now they're recognizing they want to sell to the world, so it's going to even be accelerated faster.
Yeah.
So that's a really
Yep.
great segue. Sorry to interrupt, but that's a really great segue into some of the other opportunities that exist here around connecting businesses, global businesses here. So whether it be businesses in India looking to connect with local businesses, or global, or vice versa, have you seen some of those opportunities for yourselves? Things that you can take back.
I've been reaching out by any Indian companies. They want to go not only for Portugal but also for Brazil. So they of course they have opportunity in India. It's a huge country, but they want to look cross over this. So this is they're not looking only for the. It's a huge market in India, but they're looking for other markets. So that's why we are here too.
Yes.
And also, for me personally, I have a company, National Office Systems in Savannah, and we do environmental interiors. And every single speaker this morning said they're focusing on sustainability. So
Yeah.
that opened my eyes real wide.
I think what's really been useful as well for us is, well, certainly for me, is that all of the expert speakers from top companies in India. This is a really great set of speakers today. Is that they explain that there's an old perception that we've all had of what the India market provides us internationally, and that has been backroom call centers, support staffs, etc. And I think we're learning today that it's completely changed. India is pioneering in AI, it's pioneering in tech. And like Scott said, it's moving itself into an exporter of knowledge and talent in a way that we haven't seen before.
And you mentioned an important thing that I've heard. I mean, I've heard about sustainability and AI, definitely trends globally and locally, but also this idea of the need for the workforce to support this growth. And that's something that India has to offer to support other economies.
Well, that's it. They've got the talent here.
Right.
That's what makes them stronger than a number of other countries that are attending. Really, it's their internal strength as a country.
Yeah, if you ask 99% of the CEOs in Europe, the big challenge is workforce.
Yes.
So technology. So that's I think they can support the whole world.
Yeah, not
Yes,
just
I
Europe.
agree.
It's a terrible problem in the United States as well.
That's
So.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I think India could make huge progress supporting the whole world with workforce and technology. So they have a cutting edge on these parts.
Now let's flip things a little bit for a second. So we've been talking a lot about the amazing trends and opportunities that exist here in India. I'm curious if each of you may have some perspectives on how you can benefit with the information that you can take back to your local communities and markets, but also what you can leave behind. So in terms of being able to educate other members and delegates that are here at this conference, what value is available to you?
Well, I want to start with the first thing. So the three of us are very involved with the World Trade Center Association, and we're on the board, and we want to have good, strong World Trade Centers. So anybody who comes here and sees this event, the World Trade Center Bengaluru is putting on, then that's exactly the kind of World Trade Centers we want. So they can learn best practices just by looking at Vineet and his team.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a they have a hotel, they have a office space, they have a school,
They have a hospital.
the hospital, they have a mall. So it's not only a mixed use; it's more than that, and with amazing hospitality. So you have the hardware, which is the real estate, but they have really invest in the software, which is the hospitality, the people. So that's the good takeaway that we will bring back home.
also heard they had a nightclub here too.
I heard that as well. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I want to bring sort of FOMO back. I mean, this is in-person events post-pandemic, and
Right,
it shows how it works. We could hold a very successful event as a WTCA over Zoom, and it would be successful. We'd have great speakers, but you don't get that connection. You don't get that personal touch. You don't experience all of the amazing things that they put on for us this morning without coming here. So.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we're going to have FOMO everywhere, and people are going to want to come back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna ask you, because you interview a bunch of people, so you know them. What is your takeaway of those interviews?
I mean, like I said, it's been consistently amazing comments on the amazing hospitality here in India. A lot of the points that you've been making around the growth and opportunity that exists here. But also the other side of this is it's a real opportunity for people to be part of this global business forum through the WTCA and be able to educate this ecosystem on the opportunities that exist back in their home countries
Good.
as well.
Sure.
And so
Sure.
it's a really it's a real nice balance and parity that exists. Opportunities to educate on India, but also opportunities for people to learn about where you're all from and their businesses. People have been very excited to share about the opportunities that exist.
Good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Come over.
Yeah. Right.
Come.
Exactly.
Come to India.
So I think that's all, unless anyone has any parting words for us.
No, I think you coined it there. Come to India.
Come to India, right?
Yeah, there's no better place to be if you're serious about business, and if you're serious about global business. This is absolutely the place you have to be. Have to be.
Yeah, it's doing business with the heart, so they know how to do it. Hospitality.
That's right. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you, Bob.
us
Thank
at
you.
the end of your day. We appreciate it. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in today to WTCA Live. We'll be coming to you tomorrow with more great interviews from global business leaders at the Global Business Forum here in Bengaluru, India. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.